I feel like I'm meeting both of my heroes.
I get that a lot.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 52. My short-term memory has been so shit lately. Episode 52 of the Movie ReBrew podcast. I'm your host, Keegan Holland, and with me is my co-host, Mike Jennison.
Hey, howdy, hey.
This week, we are bringing a long-time reunion of once third-grade classmates.
I know.
We're bringing on Anthony DeCarlo.
Hey, guys.
D, what's good?
Everything. All of it.
Yeah, so me and Anthony went to high school together, but he did a quick, 3-week stint at Immaculate?
I think maybe, yeah, three minimum, but
It had to be longer than that.
Yeah, probably. I left because I hated one of the teachers. I won't say the name in case she's listening. But
huge following in the IT teacher world.
But I also stole her Boxcar Children book.
Can I get so third grade? Can I get an initial of the last name?
W.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I didn't mind her, but in case she's listening, we won't.
Yeah.
Say anything.
She knows who she is.
We won't. She knows what she did. She knows what she did.
and by what she did, she really did nothing because I just couldn't write in cursive because I came from a public school, and she was just pissed about it. So that's why I couldn't take the heat.
My brother the other day tweeted about how much bullshit second grade is because all you do is learn cursive and then you never use it again.
Not me. My signature's just squiggles.
Well, they made us write in cursive up until like 8th grade.
I don't think it was 8th grade. I think it was like 6th grade probably.
Yeah, it was forever.
I kept it up until high school, I think.
I still write half cursive, half.
Yeah, that's true.
Certain things are easy to write.
My G's connect to my A and my name. You know, useful skills like that you pick up in 2nd grade. We are reviewing Jordan Peele's sophomore movie, Us, this week. It's open to glowing reviews. It lost its 100%, but it's at like 95, I think. Something pretty high.
94. That's less than my check. But yeah.
Dubbed the greatest horror movie of all time from the trailer. It's getting pretty universal praise. But before we get to that, I guess we should get to our beers first. Any special beers from you guys?
I didn't bring a beer.
Fair. D?
I ran up to my fridge outside and grabbed the first craft beer I could find and the only craft beer I could find, which was 12 Dogs of Christmas.
Oh, perfect. How's it tie in?
Yeah, there was at least 12 shadow people.
Good.
That's the tie-in.
I'm doing 312, which I did 2 weeks ago because it's a doppelganger beer. A lot of effort went into this one.
What would you have gotten?
Dude, I don't even know. I mean, I was going to do, like, Nosferatu, but that's out of season. There's really, I don't know, some kind of blood orange. We did a blood orange, though, for something else. I can't remember.
Shape of Water.
Yes, Shape of Water. Good call. All right, we have a shit ton of news this week. Like, if this was any other week, like, if this was next week, I probably would have just skipped Dumbo and just done news, but we'll power through this.
Good evening. I'm Will McAvoy.
And I'm Evan Baxter, and here's what's making news.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
First thing, not the biggest thing. At one point, it was the biggest thing, but James Gunn is back on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He was fired a couple months ago and supposedly rehired very shortly afterwards, but they just didn't announce it until now. He's still doing Suicide Squad, the reboot for WB, so I don't think we'll get Guardians 3 until like 2021, 2022, but this is huge news. I was very excited to see this.
So they rehired him right away?
Not right away, but like, so it would seem like he was only hired like last week or rehired last week, but I guess he's been on for like a couple months.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, I think we all want Gunn back. I mean, they were just tweets. Compared to other people who've gotten blackballed from Hollywood, I feel like his was very minor. So I'm all for it. He is Guardians 3. I don't know if I even would have watched without him. So yes, pumped he's back.
I'm not even sure Dave Bautista would have come back if
I don't think he
was
would.
gone. Yeah, he was like the hardest critic of it. But D, what do you think?
No, I agree with both of you. I don't think that the third movie would have been half as good as the first two without him at the helm of it. So I'm happy that he's back now because hopefully it will live up to what the first two did.
Yeah, it was still going to be his script. Like he's had that written for a while now, but you still need him behind the camera and with everyone in person to really get the same effect.
That's what was so weird about this, though. They're still going to use his script. So like,
I know. It's like dirty.
Like,
I mean, how do you think this makes Disney look? Like good that they brought him back, or like I don't know. It's still kind of weird. I don't like it.
There's no pushback though. You don't hear anyone going, "Why is James Gunn back on Guardians?"
I'm sure there's a very small amount of people because the tweets are pretty indefensible. But again, they're just tweets. Who really cares?
And they're not very funny, but
no, they're not funny at all. They're just gross.
What's also weird about it is that like everyone was real quick to go against him when the tweets were released, and now like no one's really saying anything. Disney didn't really even say much other than like welcome back. So
yeah, I know. And it was on a Friday, like a late afternoon on a Friday. It came out. It was weird.
I woke up hungover to all these tweets. Yeah, I don't know when it came out.
It came out like 12 hours after we stopped recording the one day, so we just missed it. But
yeah,
it's funny though that in his small window of being off, he got Suicide Squad. So I mean, he's locked into that. It's gonna be weird though for him to juggle pretty similar movies and be able to keep them separated. I wonder how that's gonna work.
I know, because he so did Suicide Squad as an FU to Disney, and now it's just like, damn, I need to make Suicide Squad. It's a reboot, right? It's not Suicide Squad 2. It's a reboot, which is just mind-blowing that they're doing a reboot of that movie already.
I know. I think it's called, like, The Suicide Squad, which is what you do if you make a reboot. You just put The in front of the original title. So dumb. But yeah, that was huge, and I did not see that coming, especially after months of him being off.
They should go the Squad of Suicide.
All right. Fox-Disney merger went through. Finally, after, again, months of deliberation. This is to figure out how they wouldn't become a monopoly in certain areas. A couple big standouts. X-Men, according to Kevin Feige, won't be introduced until 2021 into the Marvel Universe. They have stuff already planned out up until then. And then Fox 2000 was immediately shut down by Disney. I can pull up a couple of their movies. Some pretty big ones. The Hate You Give, Love, Simon, Hidden Figures, Joy, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Why did you keep that?
Bridge of Spies, Paper Towns, the Poltergeist reboot, Night at the Museum, Fault in Our Stars, Life of Pi, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So
all the apes, right? Or just
no, just Rise is listed. I mean, there's some misses, but a lot of those are like some Oscar-nominated movies in there. Like Life of Pi did extremely well at the Academy Awards, so that was a surprising immediate cut.
And Hidden Figures also really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was surprised. They said they weren't going to cut that, and they immediately cut it. So anything can be axed by Disney. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, this is the most concerning thing about the merger is like Searchlight going or like FXX getting cut. You know, like all these things that churn out pretty great content because Disney's a family-friendly company, and you think they want to maintain that. But I thought maybe they could use this as an opportunity to get a little more mature by using the Fox logo and everything. But who knows?
No, I mean, I was about to say what you just said, basically, that, you know, I hope that in being a family-friendly company, they aren't just going to stick with what they know and are still kind of use the, like you said, use the Fox name to put out some more adult content. Because I think with them behind it, they could really do a good job of putting out said content. But also, you know, they're known for kind of monetizing things and you know, they could just be doing cash grabs until the day we die. So
yeah. I mean, it could go either way, really. I don't know. I guess it's too early to tell.
They said they're going to leave like things untouched. Like we're going to touch Fox Searchlight and stuff like that. Hopefully that's true. There's no reason.
You can't trust the mouse.
Like
though.
You never know. You can't ever trust the mouse. I don't know. I think that's I think Fox Searchlight especially is pretty profitable. I mean, all they do is make indies, so
right.
And they hit pretty often.
Super expensive either because they're not dropping fat stacks in any of these indie movies.
No.
But I mean, Disney was behind Miramax for a while. I
Yeah.
think the Weinstein Company initially, or is that why Weinstein left? I can't remember. But
Yeah, Disney owned Miramax, and then both Weinstein brothers left eventually.
Okay.
But
so
yeah,
they had this in the past and then got rid of it. But
yeah, Disney owned, like, when Pulp Fiction was out, Disney technically a Disney movie. Disney had the rights to it. So so yeah, it's worked before. Hopefully they continue to kind of let people do their things. Not a great start though.
no. New streaming service announced from Apple. We knew this was coming, but it's now official. Did either of you watch that Creators trailer?
No, I read about it, but
Yeah, so I got a list of names. There's an even longer list, but this is just the list of names that jumped out at me. It's going to be a long one. Joel Kinnaman, Rupert Grint, Jason Sudeikis, Toby Kebbell, Billy Crudup, Justin Lin, Aaron Paul, Ben Stiller, Octavia Spencer, Emily V. Gordon, Stanley Tucci, David S. Goyer, Steve Carell, Damien Chazelle, Chris Evans, Jennifer Gardner, Ron Howard, Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Lizzie Kaplan, Rob McElhenney, Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, Kevin Durant, Charlie Brown, Jason Momoa, Kumail Nanjiani, Ewan McGregor, Jon Favreau, Stephen Knight, Haley Steinfeld, M. Night Shyamalan, Sofia Coppola, Josh Gad, Catherine Hahn, Brie Larson, Bill Murray, Spike Lee, David Gordon Green, Rashida Jones, Aly Raisman, Kristen Bell, Leslie Odom Jr., and Simon Kinberg. So pretty massive names of people that are already making stuff for their platform. And in that trailer, you got a small taste of it. It's funny, though, that Steven Spielberg is amongst this list as a guy that has publicly not backed Netflix and their movies as not true forms of cinema, basically. But now that Apple's paying him, he's okay with it. And I thought that was interesting.
he's not behind movies though. He's behind a TV show for them.
Okay.
Okay, and I think there's also a documentary that he's doing for them. But have you read about the content that they're going to produce with these people? It seems interesting. Yeah. But nothing. I don't know. I mean, they're pumping money into it. I don't know. It's just going to turn to cable TV, like we said before in here, though. There's going to be about 20 different streaming options, and someone's going to bundle it together. It was the right move on Apple's part. I'm sure it's going to work out for them. Yeah. Just that brand can't lose.
Like, it took a lot of other streaming services a while to start making original content. Like, it took Netflix 6 years, Amazon a couple years, but them coming out the gate with a bunch of huge names. I'm pretty interested. I'm not sure if I'll get it because I'm pretty satisfied with everything else I have right now, but what say you? Do you interested in this at all?
I mean, I think I won't be able to tell until I see the content they're dropping. It's just, I'm not someone that's going to go buy it just because there's names attached to it. Like, if I'm seeing interested in what they're going to put out there, then probably. But it's kind of like I'm probably going to buy CBS All Access just for the Twilight Zone. Right. Like, if they're dropping material that I'm not interested in, just because there's big names on it, I won't buy it preemptively. And I know that's not what you guys are saying. Until I see something that's like, oh, I want to watch that really badly, I can't really say whether I'm bought into it or not.
Yeah, I won't go in early either, but I think there's a good chance that on day one there's going to be like 7 shows I'm interested in, just because I love a lot of the people behind it. But yeah, I'm not gonna preemptively say I'm gonna buy it right away, but I could see myself doing it at some point. I guess it depends on the price, but.
Right.
It's been what? I think the number $7 billion they've spent on content before anything begins.
Jesus. I mean, no one can compete with that.
No, but yeah, no one can compete with if they actually put their money to it. No one can compete with Apple.
That's
Microsoft.
Insane. I mean, I watched the trailer and then I watched like a creators trailer, like a 5-minute little short thing. And yeah, I mean, there's just like Jennifer Aniston pops up for 3 seconds. Like, it's just like there's so many people that you already know that are involved. I thought this was pretty interesting. Like, we talked about this before, but I never really cared that much. But seeing it now, like just the short stuff they've showed for it, I'm way more excited about it.
Be very interesting.
I was just gonna say, odds are based on who, like you said, all the names that were attached to it. Based on all of that, odds are there's going to be some good stuff on there. They're gonna. And like you said, with the money they're pumping into it, it's going to be hard to mess that up. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really know much about it, so what you've told me about it definitely has me interested. I want to look some stuff up about it. That's it.
I'll say this too: Hulu's dead. I mean, There's just
I
no
don't
way.
know. I mean, you cannot match Hulu's TV. Like, they have all of the TV, basically.
They do, but for how long? Disney owns a majority of Hulu now after the Fox accusation. But but I mean, I don't think Disney's heart's in Hulu, and if anyone's owning it as much, owning the majority of it,
I mean,
now
it has to
Apple
have,
getting involved.
besides, what's it called? The Elizabeth Moss empowerment show. It's not what it is.
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale, thank you.
That's
Besides
Hulu?
that, what does Hulu have?
Castle Rock, that J.J. Abrams Stephen King adaptation, which I watched that. That was fine. It wasn't great, but Handmaid's Tale is really good. But other than that, I can't name another Hulu exclusive.
They have that If the Nazis Won the World War movie, Man in the High Castle. I guess
Which
that's
always
good
looks
stuff.
sick. Which always looks sick.
Yeah, it does look
Every
sick.
time I see a trailer for it, but
I mean, Apple can. It's very possible they come on day one and have the best original content of any of these streaming services.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Netflix is highly overrated. Other than, I guess, Peaky Blinders and Stranger Things, I mean, Arrested Development's barely one of theirs. I don't watch a ton of Netflix stuff. Amazon, I'm going to watch Lord of the Rings, but I don't watch Mrs. Maisel or anything. I wouldn't be surprised if Apple is considered the best right away.
Yeah, very well might be.
I'm not sure what the release schedule is going to be, though.
Yeah, no, it's me interesting to see. When does it start? Do we know? I don't think it's been revealed yet, right? And a price hasn't been revealed yet? I don't think either.
I don't believe so. A lot of trailers dropped this week. First, we'll do Stranger Things, because I just brought it up. DeCarlo, do you watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons.
What'd you guys think of this trailer? This looks like it's more of a 80s than the previous 2. More late 80s. Big hair and everything.
Yeah, I think they had to go this route. I like how it's summer, so I do like that. They seem to make good choices on the aesthetics as far as Stranger Things concerned. Yeah. But I don't know where the plot's going, and this trailer didn't make me any more excited for that. It seems like more of the same.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just at a wall right now, and nothing's going to be too fresh or new as far as, what's it called, the Upside Down world? I don't really know what else they can do.
I think that monster looks better than anything they've done before this, but I kind of agree. I think this should probably be the last one. I was also surprised with season 2 though, but I think they're kind of tapped out.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you, Mike. It is just a lot of the same based on what they show in the trailer. I think they're. I could be wrong on this, but I'm fairly certain they're renewed for up to season 5.
Oh my God.
And so, I'm pretty sure they were renewed up to season 5 after the second season dropped, like shortly after it dropped. And yeah, I mean, I just don't know how much more they can do that's going to keep me or other people interested. Just because based on what I'm seeing here in the trailer, it is just a lot of the same. It's a lot of the 80s aesthetic and hip bands from the 80s playing. I don't know. I just think it's going to be a lot of that. But hopefully it's good. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I never want anything to be bad.
Right.
I'm just not sure how.
I've wanted things to be bad before.
I guess, Mike, you rooted for something recently to be bad, but I can't remember what it was.
Every single Marvel's movie.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how. Like, these kids won't be kids forever. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give a shit once they're past a certain age.
I do love their dynamic though. Like, if it wasn't like I'd almost wish you'd be like just a teen drama now at this point.
Riverdale? Mike wants this to be Riverdale.
So down for it.
I think they're just setting us up for a crossover, actually.
I
know, it looks like it takes place in the same world, so.
Toy Story 4 trailer dropped. This, I think this is concerning. I didn't love this one. This feels like it's Toy Story 2 again, where Woody gets lost, and then his minds get changed, and then he has to, the gang has to come back and change his mind to bring him back to Bonnie. I don't know, man.
I think Woody leaves this time, though. He's got to.
Dude, it's just like...
I know, and that...
This is not encouraging.
Well, I liked it more than you did, but I've been skeptical with this the whole entire time, because you're messing with something that doesn't need to be messed with. And if this bombs, it will just destroy the legacy.
It's not going to bomb. There's no way
I
it
know.
bombs.
I'm just saying if it does. But I'm okay with it. I like the carnival world. That sounds cool. I love these characters, so I'm gonna get sucker into liking this movie. I just can already tell.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see what you're saying about the Toy Story 2 thing. You know, I'm always someone who's biased towards Pixar movies just because it's Pixar and the nostalgia behind it, and that, you know, I think I'm gonna like it no matter what. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna like it as much as the other Toy Stories because that's setting the bar pretty high. But you know, I have yet to see a Pixar movie that I watched that I'm like, oh, I hated that. Really, I mean. And like the ones that I know that I wasn't going to like, I didn't go and see. So yeah, I don't think they're going to disappoint. But the trailer doesn't really give you much in terms of like, you know, I don't know. I can't really tell what the point of the movie is going to be based on the trailer, and I guess that's a good thing. So
it might be like a Creed 2 effect, where I know it's going to happen from the get go, but every time Woody or Buzz comes on the screen, I want to cry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so much baked in nostalgia already.
Yeah.
I love the idea of creating toys and Forky just being not wanting to be a toy, but I mean, it's an existential crisis, especially because it's played by Tony Hale, aka Buster Bluth. So I think there's a lot of potential for some good comedy there.
Yeah.
But overall,
Throwing Keeler back as a duo.
Yeah. Just kind of dampened my expectations, I guess.
I don't love Bo Peep's character there, but we'll see.
Yeah. Dora trailer. I actually didn't watch this one because I just thought it was a poster, but it's a trailer?
It's like a real short trailer, but yeah. I mean, she jumps. It looks like a temple run at one point, or Indiana Jones. Like, she jumps over like a 10-foot, 12-foot gap. It looks like a spoof. This movie's going to be incredible.
So, she's like in high school, right?
Yeah.
She looks older, yeah. Yeah, it looks like from the
She's
poster,
in high school.
They're really leaning into the Indiana Jones thing.
And Boo looks terrifying. Boo's very much looks like a little monkey and stuff, which he is, but not cartoony at all. It's going to be interesting. I'm intrigued. I don't know.
I know Michael Peña's in there.
Okay.
Is the backpack alive?
I don't know. Probably. It's got to talk. The backpack was one of the, the staples.
I mean, Swiper has to be the villain, right? Did they show Swiper?
I don't think so. They're waiting to show Swiper. A month out. The Earth's going to blow up when they show Swiper in a trailer.
Based on the poster, though, I mean, it looks like Boots is just an actual monkey.
Boots is an actual monkey. Is he wearing boots?
I didn't see a face on the backpack. They might go like super realistic with this, which I guess I'm not really sure why. But
who's asking for this movie? Nobody. But
no one.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Is that show still on TV? Like, I know we grew up with that. Do little kids watch Dora still?
Yeah, my nephew, not me. I don't watch it. My nephew watches it. So it's on like. It's weird though now. Now she is a little bit older and has longer hair. I don't like it. Give me my classic Dora. I don't want a darker, grittier Dora.
Wow, they made Dora hot. Interesting.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm trying to say.
She is still 7 years old. She went from 5 to 7.
I think what's interesting here though is that you have Pokemon coming out this summer, you have Toy Story coming out this summer, you have a Dora movie, and you have Sonic. That's like my childhood, all in 4 movies. It's exciting.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're all live action, all look terrifying, except for Toy Story.
They're no longer catering to the 80s kids. They're now catering to us.
Kinda, I guess that's true.
Lucy in the Sky trailer from the guy that created Legion and Fargo TV, starring Natalie Portman. Sci-fi movie. They don't really reveal too much. It's kind of slowly revealed at the end that maybe she's going space crazy after a trip into space, but you don't get much else other than that. You get that fucking Magical Mystery Tour type shot with Natalie Portman. I like this guy. I love Fargo TV series. I feel like I talk about it every other episode. But I haven't seen Legion. Have you seen Legion?
I love Legion. It's actually probably top 5 favorite shows of all time. So
yeah, I heard amazing things. This is this guy's directorial debut, or film directorial debut. I'm pretty juiced for this. I didn't know this was coming out.
No, me either.
Kean, I have a question for you. Have you seen the movie Fargo?
No.
I can't believe that.
I know.
That's crazy.
That's been like top 5 on my list forever. I've never seen it. It's on something right now too. I really need to watch it.
I watched it on Netflix like 3 years ago. That movie's awesome. You'd love it. But yeah, this looked really good. I only briefly watched the trailer because I liked it that much. But I'm down for it. It looks like a great year for sci-fis.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Dune finally began production. We talked about it briefly, the cast, but I'll get into what is now like confirmed the full cast. So obviously Denis Villeneuve is directing it. Written by Denis Villeneuve, Eric Roth, and John Spates. Eric Roth has been nominated 5 times for Forrest Gump, The Insider, Munich, Benjamin Button, A Star is Born, and then he did Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. Mike, you hate that movie, right?
I don't hate that movie. We got 9 for Best Picture, which it didn't deserve, but you know what? I kind of hate that movie.
And then
it's like a weird 9/11 movie that just didn't need to be made.
That's gross. And then John Spates, a little more of a miss with some of these. Prometheus, Doctor Strange, Passengers, and The Mummy from 2017.
So, incredible.
Incredible. And then
minus the Mummy.
Minus the Mummy. I mean, Passengers, too. Or do you like Passengers?
No, I've never seen Passengers. Passengers is a miss, too.
And then starring Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, Zendaya, Jason Momoa, and Javier Bardem, which is insane. Music by Hans Zimmer, and cinematography from Greg Fraser. I'm pissed it's not what's his face from 2049.
Sorkin.
No, Sorkin.
Wait. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Roger Deakins.
Oh, yeah, Roger Deakins.
What was that? This cinematographer did Zero Dark 30, Foxcatcher, Lion, which he was nominated for, Rogue One, and Vice. So he's been behind some good movies that all look pretty nice. I mean, D, you've read this book. Me and Mike are about to start reading this book. How juiced are you?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why it won't be my favorite movie of the past 10 years. Like, it's one of my favorite books. I always tell people it's like space Tolkien. So there's a lot to put in there. I hope that he can just with the sheer length of the book, there's a lot to squeeze in. And like, I don't want it to be a like sequels type. I don't want it to be like a trilogy. I mean, if it ended up that they do that, that'd be fine. But like, there's a lot to squeeze in there. So I'm just excited because the cast is awesome. The world's awesome.
I know that he has said, I think, that it's a 2-parter.
Is it? Okay, that's okay.
I think.
He's got my seal of approval, so now he can go forward with it. So
right.
I mean, Denis Villeneuve would make a 5-hour movie if people would let him.
Right.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Right.
And it would probably be watchable, too. He's the right guy for it.
Yeah.
How big's this book? Are we talking?
400 pages?
It might be more.
I know it's just dense as hell. I've attempted to read it once, and it's overwhelming.
It's 400 pages, probably with incredibly small text, and then like 200 pages of like a glossary for you to look up words in the back of it because you don't know what the hell he's referencing. Like, it's a grind of a book to read. It felt like a project, honestly, when I decided to read it last year. So
yeah, you said you had a notebook full of notes.
I do. I literally took notes just so I could read the book. So sorry, guys. I hope I'm not dissuading you from reading it because it's worth it.
Yeah,
but you did enjoy the book, though, right?
Oh, I loved it. It's actually one of my favorite books, and I read a lot. I read every day. I'm really smart, and no, I love to read. So you know, for me, it just was like it was kind of like a thrill. It felt like. Yeah, it's great. It's a great book. I love the book. It is one of my favorites. So,
have you seen the Lynch adaptation?
The what?
The David Lynch Dune.
Yeah, and I like it because I love David Lynch though. So,
is it a good adaptation?
Not. I wouldn't say it's a good adaptation. I like the movie because his directing style is cool, but Denis can make things weird without them just being like, oh, that was really weird. David Lynch's thing is like, oh, let's make this weird, and then it gets weird, and you're like, ooh, like that's like that was way out there. So
it's a great review of David Lynch as a director.
But it's true. I can't even put it in better words than that.
Dead accurate.
Yeah, it's a best-selling sci-fi novel of all time. I was shocked when I heard that, but there you go.
Yeah, huge following. It's like a religion for people.
You'll love it. If you stick it out, you'll love it.
Yeah, I haven't read a book in so long. I'm ready to dive into it. And then, I mean, it's going to be me, Mike, Charlie, and Antonio reading it at the same time. You need to be our dungeon master and kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure everyone stays on the right track. I expect 2-page reports at the end of every chapter, and no, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I would have to write a 2-page report just to make sure I know what's going on.
That's what I felt like I had to do. I could also just be dumber than everyone and needed to actually take notes to understand it. So
dude, you're smart. What are you talking about?
We'll see. I don't know.
Oh, I missed a trailer, a big one too. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It didn't reveal much. I was surprised to see that Brad Pitt is DiCaprio's stunt guy. I feel like it should be the other way around, but that's going to be a cool dynamic. And then, I mean, Margot Robbie looks amazing as Sharon Tate, and that Bruce Lee impersonator is unreal good. I thought it was actually him.
I mean, I was already excited for this. The trailer just looks cool. Doesn't reveal too much, but I'm down.
I feel like if I didn't know that it was already going, like, kind of what the basis of the movie was about, if I watched the trailer, I wouldn't really know what the movie was about at all.
No, because it opens with, like, an interview with Pitt and DiCaprio, and then a bunch of unrelated stuff. So,
yeah,
right, yeah, no, it's. I'm almost happy I kind of know what it's about, so I can I don't know, but the trailer doesn't give too much away, so I thought it was a really good trailer. I'm excited for it.
It's interesting because, I mean, everyone knows about the Manson family murders and everything, and Sharon Tate, but DiCaprio and Pitt are completely fictional characters, so I'm interested to see, like, what their story is, and how it's going to involve with Sharon Tate and stuff.
Well, Inglourious Bastards was like that too, though.
Right, a fictional history. And that's probably my favorite Tarantino movie. So, yeah, I'm so excited for this. A couple Rotten Tomatoes updates. Pet Sematary has had great reviews so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's a couple weeks. I think maybe 3 weeks from now.
Brett, did you say, is Brett going to be on for that?
Yeah, Brett will be on for that. Are you a big Stephen King guy, D, as a reader, as a smart person?
With Stephen King, yeah, I love what I've read. I haven't read a lot. I've read like the first 3 Dark Tower books. I read It and I read The Stand. His style is really cool, and I think that his
style of snorting cocaine and writing 10,000 pages overnight.
Yeah, right. I mean, it is crazy the amount of content that guy has, and
ridiculous.
Pet Sematary one of my favorite bad movies of all time, like the original one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love Stephen King. I like that movie for how terrible it is, and yeah, I hope this is good too. Once again, we don't want to see bad movies, so I guess hoping it's good isn't saying much, but
right.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. I love Stephen King. I think I'm happy he's getting good adaptations made for his shit.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a renaissance right now. It's currently at 91% through 34 reviews. Next up is Shazam, which is at 93% through 70 reviews. So this is critically loved, certified fresh. I'm getting more excited, Mike.
I'm kind of getting excited. Man, everyone loves this movie. The critics love it. I've heard nothing bad about it.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I'm not really quite sure what even happened, but I'm okay with that. I don't want to know what happens.
Yeah, like it's not one of those things where it's at like 93 with like 12 reviews. Like 70 reviews, that's pretty substantial.
Oh yeah, and like David Ehrlich, who's my favorite movie critic, gave this it's tied with Black Panther for the highest rated super movies ever seen. So
yeah, that's huge. What the hell's going on over there? Oh dear, you're moving.
Oh yeah, just
big shuffle noise.
Little earthquake.
Are you excited for Shazam, D?
I have not yet seen a DC Extended Universe movie, so because I haven't seen one, and this is the first one I want to see. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I am excited. I guess
that doesn't really matter either, because I don't think this is very closely tied. I know, like in the trailer, he has like a batarang, like he has some memorabilia for other superheroes, but I don't think it's like I don't think we're going to see Henry Cavill show up as Superman or anything.
No.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of the reason I haven't seen it yet is because everything I've seen about most of the DC movies has been negative. And not to say I just go off on of what critics say, but I mean, if people are saying it's a good movie, it most likely will be the first one out of all of them that I see. So.
And then Dumbo, which we are doing next week, unfortunately, 50% through 30 reviews. I was kind of holding out hope that this could do something different and surprise us, but clearly not the case.
That's sad because I want to cry every time I see that trailer where the mom's getting taken away, baby Dumbo. It's awful.
Yeah,
we're gonna do a rewind of Dumbo. That should be interesting.
The 1941. I guess it's 60 minutes long, which I'm.
It's only 60 minutes long.
Our
the Crow's talking jive
will be half the length of the actual movie.
Yeah, it's incredibly racist. Get ready. Strap in.
That's what I've heard. I've never seen it.
Can't wait.
And then finally, Marvel released a bunch of posters today, all at the same time, with the caption 1 month, with dead characters in black and white and living characters in color. I guess this is confirmation now that Valkyrie, Wong, Happy Hogan, and Pepper Potts are all alive. That was unconfirmed. So Valkyrie survived the ship being destroyed at beginning of the movie and the snap. Wong disappeared after the beginning of the movie, so did Pepper, and then Happy wasn't even in Avengers, but I guess Happy's in Spider-Man, so we kind of knew he was going to live. But yeah, that's just some confirmation there.
Who's Wong?
Doctor Strange's like assistant guy.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if we'll see Valkyrie in this movie, because Tessa Thompson, I don't know. Has she been spotted on set or anything? I didn't think they'd work her in. I wish. I mean, I love her. I love her and her character. So
She's got a poster now. So
yeah.
Oh, something else I want to mention. Call Me by Your Name book sequel got released. Got a release date of October 28th. They also released a premise for it. It follows mostly Mr. Perlman, so Elio's dad.
Really?
Who's going through a divorce. It sounds like he's gonna have a gay fling.
Oh.
I'm not quite sure. And then they do check out Elio and Oliver, but I guess it's mostly Mr. Perlman's movie. Just an interesting way to take that.
I guess they kind of add something to his monologue, or do you think it adds or takes away from his monologue? Because maybe he's hit it for so long and that's why he's so supportive. That's one way to take it, or it just totally undercuts. I don't know. As a person that's read the book, what do you think?
So the book's word for word with that monologue, which is just the greatest monologue of all time. So I don't know. I don't know if we need to go back into this. Armie Hammer's now getting cold feet on the whole sequel thing, so I'm going to hold out my opinion on that after I read the book. Yeah. I hope he's not gay. In all honesty, I hope he's not gay.
All right, I got no more news. So that was 40 minutes of news.
All right, let's get into the movie.
You can't handle the truth.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
All right, so Us tells the story of a family on vacation in Santa Cruz. Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, and then I think both newcomers, the children, who are surprised and haunted by their doppelgangers. No one's really sure why they're after them, but hijinks ensue, and it's kind of a fight for their life, and trying to figure out why they're after them and what and where they came from, really. Won't go into any spoilers, because that would just... there'd be no reason to see the movie after that, but we'll deep dive in after we give our brief thoughts. What do you guys think?
So, I guess I'll go first.
I have a feeling we'll all be in the same boat here.
I really like the way Jordan Peele does movies. He takes risks, and I like that. He blends humor in there when you feel like there really shouldn't be, and you laugh, and you're like, why am I laughing at this? It doesn't feel like I should be. But I think it's because the characters are so rich, and he's a great writer, and he also packs in a lot of symbolisms in his movies and stuff like that. I think this is done a little more clumsier than Get Out is. I think it's also, I feel like he kind of feeds a lot of things to us in this movie that I wish he didn't. I think he thinks we're pretty dumb at viewing audience. But for the most part, he takes a lot of risks, and I like when directors do that. And he hits enough during this movie where I did enjoy it. I would definitely watch this movie again, too. I was entertained throughout. I feel like anything could happen. You know, I guess these are horror movies, but they really don't feel like it. He's got his own style. And it does feel like he's like the modern-day Hitchcock. So I really did enjoy this movie. I'd give it an 8.2, but it almost felt clumsy at times. I guess that was my biggest objection to it, but I liked it.
Yeah, so I really liked it, too. I think I said this to you the other night, Keegan, is I wish that it would have come out before Get Out because I wouldn't have had such high expectations. I also wish that I hadn't seen critic reviews because I wouldn't have had such high expectations. And whenever I look at those, I always go into a movie like, oh, I'm so pumped for this, and then I'm a little bit let down. That being said, I still think it was great. I think his visuals are awesome. I think he has a great mind for inducing terror in people, and just lots of nightmarish things. When I left, I said to my girlfriend, I was like, yeah, I felt like that was a nightmare that I woke up from and couldn't explain to anybody. And I still kind of stand by that. Lots of great visuals. The script is great. The screenplay I thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, I probably would give it an 8.5. I really liked it, but yeah, we'll get into more things about it later. So that's all I'll say for now.
Yeah, you guys hit on a bunch of the stuff. I was going to say the comedy is surprisingly in it throughout. Like it should not work at times, but Winston Duke is just hysterical. Tim Heidecker being in the movie itself is funny, but yeah, his character's good. I'm interested to rewatch it because I wonder how much it holds up or if it completely falls apart under its own weight. The movie, it has me up until a point, and then it's late in it where it kind of loses me, but I wonder if a rewatch would help or hurt the movie. In terms of spoon feeding, I want to think that wasn't Peele's choice. I know he's working with Blumhouse where he has a ton of reign, but I can't imagine he's a guy that would just do what he did at the end of that movie and just give us the answer. I feel like that wasn't him. I feel like that had to have been someone else, but maybe I'm giving him too much credit. I don't know. I'm going to give this 7.5. Thumb up, recommend it. It is pretty terrifying at parts. I'd watch it again, more out of curiosity than I think love for it. But I think people are going to love it. He's 2 for 2 for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I actually never mind. You take this forward because I'm going to say what I want to say for later.
Let's just get into spoilers. I think it's a tough movie to talk about
without
getting into spoilers.
I'll say a few things. It's shot very well. Like Get Out has iconic moments like the sunken place where he's falling. There's a shot where Lupita is descending an escalator. I think will be pretty iconic. The rabbits. You're going to see those costumes during Halloween this year, like guaranteed. He does a good job fusing in like iconic stuff. Like when he was making Get Out, he leaned over to Daniel Kaluuya and said, "This is going to be iconic." When he was sitting down in the chair for the tea, so he knows exactly what he's doing, and I think it's going to have a similar resonance with society, where you'll see it pop up all over the place. But yeah, let's get into spoilers. So what I was referring to with the last 30 seconds is him just telling us that the doppelganger came out. I think if you have the strangle and the laugh, which I was like, whoa, that was kind of weird. What was that all about? And then you have the little boy. Yeah, and then you have the little boy staring at her at the end. I think that's way more effective than telling us that the real Lupita is the one that died. And I think on rewatch, I'm now confused. What are the motivations for both original Lupita and fake? Like, who is running it? I don't understand the plan anymore. I still don't understand the whole point of holding hands and stuff either. But I don't know. It just motivations now seem so confusing to me.
I'm trying to figure out the holding hands part too. That actually happened in 1986. They held hands to raise awareness for poverty and feeding America. So, I mean, I feel like the whole movie was trying to be a look at America and class. It's kind of a look at classes in America, right? The people in the underground are the lower class, and the people above ground are the upper class. Everyone's very, very wealthy in the upper class. So that's what I took it as. Yeah. As far as holding hands, I hated the fact that they kind of, I guess hate's a strong word, but the whole entire time I was thinking that maybe the girl was not Lupita, the baby girl or whatever, when she was a toddler, that she actually switched spots. Did you always have that thinking in the back of your head?
Yeah, it was always in the back of my head. It wasn't a huge twist for me.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't enough foreshadowing, though, for it just to end and for me to be like, oh, I think they switched spots when they were kids. Because early on I kind of felt that, and then at the last couple scenes I felt that, but I don't know, there was an hour and a half where it just didn't seem, I don't know. It didn't seem like, I feel like if you didn't have that last scene and you would say, oh, the Lupita that died was actually the real Lupita, I feel like that would just be like a half-baked idea. Maybe, but I wish it didn't show every last detail of when she was a toddler, being handcuffed down there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a better way you could have done it, where it's still make it up for debate. You'd have like a Blade Runner thing, where is he really replicant or not?
Yeah.
And just I hate how there's 100% conclusion that was actually the real Lupita that died. It's too bad.
This movie probably would have been a 10 for me without that, because I walked out up until that point. I was like, oh my god, like this has been amazing for me. I love horror movies, and this was really great in a lot of ways, but because of the, like you said, the spoon feeding, it made me feel like, oh, like now I don't even care what happens. like not that I don't care what happens, but it kind of made me indifferent to her whole situation. And like, I don't know. Yeah. It just took away from I think what it could have been. It also kind of took away from if he was trying to make any big statements with the holding hands or, that stuff. It kind of took away from that too, because it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Liam about this. Why can't original talk well? Is it because she was strangled? Is that why? Or is it just like because she would lived in a silent place for a long... Like, what was that all about?
I feel like because she lived in a silent place for like 40 years. Not 40 years, 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my reasoning, but then he says because she was strangled, which makes sense, but can a child really destroy your vocal cords? I don't
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Liam, Mr. Black Klansman, I don't like that opinion. No, I just think she didn't talk for so long, but she should have talked a little better.
Yeah. I mean, it was creepy, but...
Can we say the most cringy moment? Who are you? We're Americans.
Yeah, I hated that line.
Yeah.
That was just, come on, Peele. Tone it down just a little bit. The soundtrack's really good in this, though.
Oh, it's so good. So good. So there's so much time where they're mirroring each other, but that can't really happen in a 5-foot wide hallway. Like,
yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Also, why, and I guess they didn't really need to explain this, but what caused them to be able to just cut the mirroring thing, Like,
Right.
Exactly. That was one of my biggest... I was so confused by that.
And it seems like it's only the little boy.
Yeah.
It's like no one else. But, like, yeah, they're not mirroring him at all until that one moment where it's super crucial and necessary for him to mirror it. It's so convenient when it needs to happen.
This was interesting because I think they mirrored them in other ways throughout the invasion, that whole sequence, like when they were first coming into the family's house, like the girl was a track star, she was running, the mask thing, like they mirrored them in ways other than like their actual physical movements, which I don't know if he was trying to say something there. I didn't really read too much into it, or try to at least. But like, yeah, it made no sense to me why, like you said, only at that crucial moment when the son raises his arms does the mirroring actually start happening,
Yeah.
So.
Is it something to do with that magic trick? Because they keep like hinting that that's going to be important, but I don't think that's what it was.
No, I don't.
There's no payoff for the magic trick.
Yeah.
No.
It's Chekhov's gun that doesn't go off in the third act. It's just introduced over and over again, but I don't think it has any significance.
No.
Maybe I'm dead wrong. I have no idea, but it didn't seem like it did.
A second viewing to this movie will do a lot of good.
Or do a lot of bad.
Or do a lot of bad.
So I actually saw it a second time just last night, actually. And going into it knowing what I knew, I kind of tried to watch it differently and pay more attention to certain things. And you do pick up on some subtleties, which is interesting. And I'm not going to ruin those for you guys if you do plan on watching it again. But, like, yeah, I still don't get the holding hands thing. I still don't get the lighter, the magic trick.
Yeah.
So those things don't really get explained or brought up on the second watch through. Sorry to ruin that part for you.
No,
I'll come my own half-baked idea for those. Don't worry.
So who is leading? Who's in charge here? Is it fake on the surface, or is it real in there that is bringing everyone up? And if it's fake or if it's real in the tethered, why is she bringing everyone up?
And how can she? Why hasn't that happened before?
Also, like, there's a throwaway line that they were made by scientists to control them. Will that get elaborated on in like a sequel or something? Like, that was just kind of... I'm not mad they didn't explain it, but I don't know. I have some questions.
Or like the ballerina scenes and stuff like that. What do you guys take from the whole ballerina thing?
It showed that she was special somehow. I'm not sure why.
And she saw God and stuff. Man, Jordan, I don't know.
It could easily come out that this will be an absolute masterpiece in like a year from now.
This movie will age well. I do think it will.
But right now, I just struggling with some of the stuff included.
Agreed.
I also like Get Out, and then when I saw it a second time, I like loved Get Out. So maybe that'll happen.
Yeah, I was the same way.
Anthony kind of shot down that thought, but maybe we'll see.
No, I mean, I still like. That's the thing. Like, I think seeing it a second time still made me like it more, because I walked out, I guess, less taken aback than I did the first time. Because I was walking out of the theater the first time pretty like, okay, that was a lot. But like this time I was like, okay, I kind of knew that was going to be a lot, and I knew what to expect. So yeah, I mean, I do think it made me like it more and did tie some things up for me. But yeah, also like there's the supernatural element about it. Like what's the deal with their souls being tethered together? Like that wasn't really hit on other than the mirroring, and like why were there the weird coincidences happening when they got closer together? Like I don't know. I feel like if you're going to spoon feed us everything else, you should at least give us some background on that as well.
Yeah, that was glossed over pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Also, how did she get out of the handcuffs? Who let her out, or why, or anything? Like, how free will are those people down there? Because it seems like they have to be at least a little bit to all gather to rise. But
and she said that she ate glass and stuff like this. Like, why are you eating glass?
Go with a burger, dude. What are you doing?
Or like, where are they getting glass from that they're eating? And like how he had the Thriller shirt that he gave her down there. That upset me. Where'd the Thriller shirt come from?
Like, if something is made up top, is it made down low? I just don't understand it. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. So,
symbolism.
Yeah. I mean, the rabbits, obviously, like, science experiments and stuff, and cloning and all that.
My brother turned to me when the first 5 minutes is like a shot of rabbits, and he goes, "How pissed was Jordan Peele when he saw The Favorite?" Which is true. I mean, I wasn't pumped.
That's hilarious. I didn't think about that.
I'm actually curious, Mike, because I don't know your brother, but I've heard him on the pod and I see him on Twitter. Did he like the movie?
He did. So He walked on the movie a little bit lower than I did, and he's like, Jordan missed or whatever. And then he woke up this morning and I saw him, and he was just like, you know what? Now that I'm sitting on it, I actually really enjoyed that movie. So Chuck would give it a thumbs up. He's a little colder on it than I think all three of us, but he did like it.
I mean, it helps that Winston Duke and Lupita Nyong'o are absolute snacks in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up for Bay of the Year. Those two are awesome together.
Yes. Lupita's awesome in this. I hope she gets a nomination. Because she plays like everything. She was such a good mom in this movie.
I know, yeah. And
so nurturing.
Yeah, they're acting against nothing, too, pretty much the entire movie, which is insane.
How about the cars?
The kids aren't distractingly bad either. They're actually really good.
Yeah.
It's always tough to have one kid, let alone two, and they both carried their weight, for sure.
So, okay, now I'm thinking, is that why Lupita cared so much when when the daughter got like in the trees and stuff, got mangled in the trees, and how she went out and looked at the dead body?
That's true.
Did she resonate with her? Is that why she cared so much? That kind of makes sense now. Because there were certain things Lupita Nyong'o was doing that was pissing me off, but now that I'm kind of thinking back about it, that kind of makes sense.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I just don't understand why Real is so upset with everyone. Why is she just not just go up to the real world and be like, "Hey, yo, the bitch is back," you know?
No, her life's ruined, Keegan.
But why does she need to uprise and kill people?
Because she's bitter.
God. I don't know, man.
Why did Hitler kill everybody? Because he didn't get accepted into art school.
Obviously.
Have you read a history book? There's a theory that Spring Breakers is just Britney Spears' life in a very abstract way. This is a very abstract way of Hitler's life.
That's all it is. Yeah, no, that I can get on board with that. It might give me some answers. Maybe something about the magic trick. I don't know. They believed in magic. The Nazis, right? They were occultists.
Yeah.
Making this up. I don't know. But
I took a film class once and it said if you can find 3 examples of your theory in the movie, it's true then. So we can do it.
The artist loses all control once he releases it into the world.
It's true.
I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like I kind of shit all over the movie, which I didn't intend to. I was just kind of confused and trying to wrap my brain around it.
I will say that I like the car scene a lot, and I like the boat scene a lot. Those are both very intense scenes, and I haven't really seen horror movies. I'm sure they exist. I'm not a huge horror movie guy, but I always feel very safe in a car, and I really liked how the car was like a safe zone too.
Again, the soundtrack's amazing. I've been listening to it a lot lately. I got 5 on it. Especially the remix of it is terrifying somehow. I don't know how they did it. It's incredible.
I will say though that he was trying to be so iconic with that Beach Boys scene, and it just didn't hit like other scenes that use like a happy Stuck in the Middle with You, Reservoir Dogs. He was so going with Beach Boys there, and I don't know. It just didn't hit on that level.
It would have been better had Fuck the Police just continue. Oh, Fuck the Police played after the Beach Boys,
Afterwards,
right?
yeah.
Played after the
Oh,
Beach
okay.
Boys, yeah.
I just wish it was Fuck the Police the whole time.
Yeah.
Fuck the Police was sick. I think Beach Boys missed for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, I was shocked to see that there was other doppelgangers. That was the biggest twist that got me was when Tim Heidecker and Elizabeth Moss.
Who's that? Boom.
Yeah. That was
the quick kill. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Though Tim Heidecker's just ridiculous. Like even as his doppelganger, he's just like, dude.
He was really funny. Like, and that's the thing. I think that like his Jordan Peele's comic relief is like that is such an artful thing, because that is not something that every horror movie could do. Every direct I mean, and for me to still be laughing while I'm like trying to also keep myself from pissing my pants, like that's
clench.
Yeah.
Clench.
No, but I mean, I felt like that. I was like, okay, don't let this one out.
No, I agree. That's why I love Peele's style. I'll watch every movie he makes until I die in the first week. He's awesome, and he goes for it.
Yeah. How was your theater experience? Mine was actually kind of weak. It was wasn't fully packed, but it was a pretty decent crowd, but not as receptive as Get Out. Like, Get Out was unreal in theaters.
Get Out was incredible. Me and you saw in the same theater.
Yeah.
Everyone was glued to their seat. This one, the first time when Lupita started talking, people started cracking up. 25% of my theater was dying of laughter.
Really?
Same thing happened mine.
Yeah, and there wasn't like any big cheers or anything like that. But this is like a lot of action throughout, where Get Out was just building up to the action, and then it finally comes down and you're just juiced and ready to run through a wall. So it's a little different. The theater going experience wasn't great. Nowhere close to Get Out.
When I saw Get Out, I mean, multiple people throughout the movie. I think you said that when you saw it, Keegan, you like at one point you said like, "Oh, you bitch!" Like you said something like that.
It was so involved. It's like a back and forth almost.
Right. No, and that was the thing. Like when I saw Get Out, the whole theater was like people were saying things, like people like something happened and someone would be like, "Oh, like fuck that!" Like, but like this was just kind of like everyone just sat and watched the movie. So I guess comparison nowhere near what Get Out was. But
can you hear my dog's toy squeaking in the background?
Now I do.
Squeaking so much your entire time talking. I apologize. Yeah, I got nothing else to add.
No, me either.
The big bang when they first break into the house was terrifying. It was like the score, I think, maybe the sound mixing. I don't fucking know, but it was terrifying. I wanted to point that out. I jumped in my seat.
I guess Winston Duke and Lupita went to school together at Yale for a bit.
Ah.
Plus, they were in Black Panther together.
They were very believable together. They had great chemistry.
Yeah, they did. Before we get into what we watched, have you guys ever heard of The Skeleton Key, the movie?
Yeah.
I guess Get Out's like almost a carbon copy of that.
Yeah, but the Skeleton, he's not very good. Yeah, it's not very good.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I didn't realize that how closely it was to Get Out. Like, there's a channel on YouTube called Couch Tomato, and he always does similarities between movies, and they're like very identical. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, now that you say that, I never would have thought about that previously, but no, that makes sense. Skeleton Key's just not very good. Don't watch it just for the...
Yeah, no, I heard it's dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
All right. Besides us, what'd you guys watch this week?
I watched nothing. I watched nothing. I don't think I watched anything.
Really? It's been 2 weeks since we last recorded, so I watched a bunch of stuff. But D, you can go first.
I started watching Barry.
I watched the first 2 episodes. So fucking funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Love Bill Hader.
Yeah, me too. Unreal. So like that's been great. I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox and Life Aquatic. Yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox is up there for one of the best. I mean, it's probably the best claymation movie I've ever seen, but I haven't seen too many of those.
I'm
So
still partial to Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but
yeah,
Fair.
you got me there, Mike. I can't really argue against a classic. So yeah, I did that. I started playing Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. When I got
So yeah,
Sekiro.
when we talked on Friday or Saturday, you hadn't played it yet. Kicking your ass?
Yeah, real bad, real bad. And I'm someone who loves those games,
Right.
like all the FromSoft games. But yeah, this is kicking my ass real bad. I actually had to stop playing the other day because I was like, I don't want to get frustrated anymore. So
Yeah. I've heard both it's harder and it's not as hard. Where do you fall on it compared to Bloodborne, Dark Souls, etc.?
I think it's harder for me because I'm used to the way the other games play, and this plays nothing like that. I think it'd be easier if you've never played any of those other games because it's kind of like Ninja Gaiden or something like that. It's very fast. But yeah, no, it's great. It's beautiful, and I love it. I want to get good at it though, so I can enjoy it.
Yeah, I want to play it too, but I know it's gonna end with me breaking my TV, so it's probably best I don't get it.
Fair, That's totally fair. I'm done. That's all I did.
Gotcha. I watched a bunch. So I watched the Apollo 11 documentary in IMAX. It's amazing. For some reason I was like, wow, they have such amazing footage of them going to the moon for the first time. Obviously, like they would fucking record that. I was just like, whoa, look at that shot. Whoa. I was like, dude, no shit. But I was just like blown away, and it looks so damn good. I watched The Terminator for the first time in like 15 years. I forgot how much of a B movie that is. Like, some of those effects are just brutal, but it doesn't get big budget until T2, which I'm going to watch soon. Watch GoldenEye, which is considered the best of the Brosnan movies. So bad. So bad.
None of the Brosnan movies are good. I tried to watch Tomorrow Never Dies the other day, and I was like, I can't even.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I tried to watch. That's another thing I watched. I tried to watch that and couldn't
all the Bond movies are on Netflix right now. I'm gonna watch Casino Royale, probably tonight actually. But yeah, dude, it's just it's funny because you just hear the songs from GoldenEye, the video game, and the sound effects and stuff too. So there's a huge nostalgia trip attached to it, but it's just really not a good movie at all.
Nope.
I got going on Love, Death, and Robots, the anthology animated series on Netflix from Tim Miller and David Fincher. They range from 6 minutes to like 12 minutes, so you can just crush like 10 of them in one sitting. They're awesome. They're all unique studio behind each episode. They're really violent and heavy on nudity, so don't watch it with your niece and nephew. But they're really cool and really interesting. Arrested Development season 5 part 2 came out, and I thought it was a good ending to seemingly the series. I thought they got back to their old ways. It's pretty funny, and they actually had everyone on set this time. So I'd watch that if you were a fan of the original few seasons. And then I beat Super Mario Wii U, awesome, and I'm playing Mario 3D World, which is considered one of the better Mario games of all time, and I agree. Nothing else though. Nothing else after I named 15 things. So yeah, Anthony, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a long time coming.
I just hope you know that while I was working as an insurance representative, your guys' podcast got me through that 45-minute drive to work every day. So it's greatly appreciated to be on. I feel like I'm meeting both of my heroes.
I get that a lot.
It's you and my mom carrying us every week.
Hi, Mrs.
Appreciate
Howard.
it. You can follow us at movie_rebrew, me at Cash Money Keegan, Mike at _Oglebay, Anthony at how many E's in D?
1 D, 9 E's, and then an underscore and another E. So yeah, look that up, all you listeners. I'm really funny and smart. I got it all.
Read so many books. So next week we will be doing. Actually, this week we'll be putting out our rewind for Dumbo, the original Dumbo, and then we'll be doing the 2019 remake for next week's episode. Thanks for listening. We'll see you. Follow on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube.
Leave a review.
Leave a 5-star review for your boys. Smash that motherfucking like button.
You can leave a 5-star review and then roast us if you want to.
Yes, we love that.
But make sure it's 5 stars.
Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.